I'm unboxing the Modern Witch Tarot. So I'm very excited to do that here. I've been wanting this for a long time. Every time I get a new deck that I really dig, I'm going to unbox that bad boy. So that's what we're doing. So first of all, look how cute. Okay, it's me on the box. It's me. It's me, Mario. Modern Witch Tarot. I've been wanting this so long. Okay, so I got this for Christmas. So I'm unboxing it. So the box is super... Hey guys that are on here. The box is super cute. I love a good box, as you guys know. So it slides up like this. Let's see what's poppin'. So we have our guidebook. So each tarot usually comes with a guidebook, which I love. I actually took a second yesterday and read this one, like the forward and everything, and it's really cool because the point of this is to inspire people that may not look like, that looks like you and me. That's what the point of this whole deck is. People that look like you and me, people of color, old people, young people, handicap, everyone is just kind of like included in this deck. And also with the modern witches, witches are powerful, revered people that for so long were marginalized and prosecuted and all of this. But there was a time, even now, so then, because now it's kind of like an alt thing, like I'm a witch, you know, blah, blah, blah. But back in the day, people would really go to these people that were healers to help them. And that has always been around. People that have been doing divination and healing work and energy work, those people have been around for forever. So, you know, I'm just proud and excited to be able to continue that work in 2020 going into the rest of my life. But this is really why this creator, the illustrator, and the writer created this deck. She actually has a really cool story where she was down and out in her job and she was hating it. And she made this card. This one right here. This is the Ten of Swords. She made this card. And if you can see, I'm trying to get you to see it. She's got a phone in her hand. And she put this artwork out. And it got so much love and attention. More love and attention than any of her artwork had gotten. And she finally kind of like clicked in her head. So she made this deck to hopefully inspire people to confirm their inspirations and to get guidance in times that they need it, for practitioners that are, you know, practice tarot and people that just want to use tarot in their own lives as their guidance, because we can all use tarot. So that's my little spiel. Love the book. It's a hardcover book, which I like it too. So super cute. And like I said, it just stays home in its little box. And let's go ahead and get started. So the back of the deck, this is a glossy deck. So sometimes I don't like a glossy because it gets a little, it's hard to see, it's reflective, but they're pretty. So let's go ahead and just flip through some, shall we? Of course, we start with the major arcana. And we have the Fool. So the major arcana, as we've talked about, and like I said, these are glossy, so they're a little reflective. But she's jamming, y'all. She's got her music on, and she doesn't have a care in the world. And that is what the Fool energy is all about. It's the Fool's journey is what the tarot is about. So it starts with the Fool as she steps out on that ledge. The Magician. Like I said, that's me. I mean, how cool to have a card that like literally looks like you. Like, that's crazy. That's so cool. So the Magician. The High Priestess. She's got a laptop. Love that, because this is the modern Witch Tarot. The Empress. She's a bad bitch, as always. The Emperor. This is an androgynous woman. Okay, but she is still empowered, still strong, still in an authority figure. So I love that as well. She shouts out the LGBTQ plus community as well with this deck. the Hierophant, the Lovers. I love this Chariot. The Chariot is one of those that keep coming out. She's a badass. She's got a switchblade, a biker. She's on a bike, got her leather on. It's all about taking this on, taking this energy on. Strength. I'm listening to Ari Kai, who is a artist out of Tampa, Florida, if you guys are wondering what's in the background. The Hermit. So this is the Virgo card. And it's all about being internal with self, sitting with self, being by yourself, being okay with that. And she's got her laptop as a source of information as well. Because when we're alone, we're never really alone nowadays because we have the internet. So that's depicted in this, which I think is cool. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is about things happening sometimes beyond our control, but it's all working in tandem. So that's why they highlight each of the signs here. So you have your air, fire, water, earth in the tarot, in the Wheel of Fortune, excuse me. Justice. The Hanged One. It's the Hanged One. That's cute. So she took out the genderedness of the Hanged Man. It's the Hanged One. Hanging out, chilling, relaxing. Not taking things too seriously. Now, I want to take a second and talk about this Death card. Because she takes a literal approach to this, which I find quite comforting, actually. So, the thing about the Death card, it talks about endings and beginnings, but it also talks about the fact that death is an inevitable thing that we will all experience. And that is why tarot is such a cool thing for us to experience in our lifetime, because it helps guide us in our life, you know? And so the thing with this is she has 3 different depictions. The person that fought death and they did not win. The person that is welcoming death. And the child that is not ready for death, right? So it's very, I love this card. It's very deep. And one of my whole goals of being a tarot reader and connecting with you guys is to kind of break the veil down between life and death. So the Death card is very interesting to me. And this is the reason why I actually realized I had a gift. Because the first tarot deck I bought, I took it home to my parents and I bought it at Barnes & Noble's. And one of the first cards that I pulled was the Death card. And then shortly after that, my mom informed me that my pops, my dad's granddad, was not doing very well and that we were going to go visit him. And so we did. And shortly after our visit, he ended up dying. But it was very interesting that my first experience with tarot kind of predicted this an inevitable chain of events that was going to happen. So that's why I really got connected to tarot. Just a little snippet. So yeah, okay. The Temperance. The Devil. Tower. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Marina says she loves that deck. And Marina, I have a reading coming for you. This is part of my to-do list today. As well as your reading. The Star, which is my favorite. The Moon. Gets a little crazy with the Moon. It's talking about going and diving into the mysterious lives that we may all hold. The Sun. She's got a little kid on here. I love that. Judgment. Sometimes we have to face our decisions and realize that the choices that we make create our reality. Judgment speaks of that. And then the World. This is very interesting. She's in a 0 and she also has the infinity sign up here. And so the world is of nothing, yet of everything at the same time. It's the completion of the journey in the major arcana. It's very powerful. Beautiful card. Okie dokie, so that's the major arcana. Let's go into the minor. We've got the Ace of Swords. Ace of Wands. This is the fire. The fire element. The Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Four of Wands. The fire element talks about action. Talks about something that we need to take action on. Fire is action oriented. It's also passion oriented. So we need to listen to what drives us, what makes us feel excited, enthusiastic. This also speaks to our purpose and our desires. So this can talk about the journey when it comes to finding our purpose. It can be difficult. It can be a struggle. It can be annoying. It can be exciting. It can be exhilarating. It can be frustrating. It can be all those things. The Page of Wands. So page are called our court cards. So these are our pips. These are called pips. And the major arcana are called trump cards. And then you get into your court cards, which is your page. These typically denote a person in our lives. Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands. Very creative energy. Very independent energy. Very unique energy. The King of Wands. Entrepreneur energy. Love that. Getting into the cups. Cups is the emotion. So our emotions are signified by water. Okay, so the cups are water. So that's how we feel. So this card, the pips in this card, go through all the different ups and downs of emotional connections, emotional relationships, emotional problems. Like we have here with the Four of Cups. Often people that get this card, they're bored in their relationship. They're not feeling it. Five of Cups. Sadness, loss. Six of Cups is a fun card. This talks about nostalgia, childlike energy. Seven of Cups. What we fantasize about. I love this. So this is the Modern Witch Tarot deck that we're going through. Eight of Cups, very poignant card. I love to get this. This is literally, this doesn't serve me anymore and I'm over it. Nine of Cups, called the Wish card. 10 of Cups. And then our court cards. This usually indicates a person in our life. It could be us, it could be somebody else, but typically when these come up, it's a person in our lives. Love this. See, the kings, they're androgynous, kind of like women, femme figures. So it's really empowering, very women oriented, and I really love that. Moving on to the swords. Swords is air, okay? So air. And each suit also correlates with a sign, right? Because signs connect to elements. So the swords are our air signs. It's our mind. These are the mind cards, our intellect, our logic, how we think about things. So swords, air, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So when these come up, especially when we get to the court cards, in readings, I'll often say, is this person an Aries, an Aquarius, a Libra? But this is about our thoughts, okay? Swords are about our thoughts, how we are controlling our thoughts, how our thoughts are controlling us, how we are making decisions. This is the anxiety card right here, as you can see. So this is a very heavy card. The swords energy can be very heavy because our mental can really affect us, right? So Swords energy can be a little scary when we get it, but this Ten of Swords was the inspiration of the author to create this deck. She made this picture, she made this creation, and she put it on her Instagram or whatever, and it got so much attention that she realized that this is where she needed to turn her artwork to, and thus created this entire deck. Knights. I like knights. Knight energy is always about movement. So they're usually depicted on something that's moving, like a horse. It's about moving forward in a way. So when you think of this, it's about how you're going to put your thoughts into action, how ambitious and focused you are. Queen of Swords. I connect with this one a lot. It's kind of like the bitchy card. It's not bitchy, but unfortunately, us women are often deemed bitches if we are very strong about what we know and about the knowledge that we have. We're very direct with our communication. I often get called a bitch because I'm very direct, or maybe not called it, maybe people think it. But what's the point of beating around the bush? That has to do with my Libra. So back to connecting the fact that these cards are connected to elements, which are connected to signs. My Mercury, which rules communication, is in Libra. So I am very direct when I communicate. So of course the Queen of Swords is me all day. Now we're moving into Pentacles. So this is my sun sign, okay? Pentacles energy is earth energy. It's grounded energy. The other thing I'd like to talk about when I get tarot is that each card, each suit also talks about time. So people want to know when something's going to happen. So earth energy is very slow. It's very methodic. It's very steady. It's very tortoise in the hare race, right? So if you get a lot of pentacles in your spread when I'm reading for you, it might take time. But when things take time, they often last longer, okay? So it's okay to take time. And it also takes time to create what you want. Seven of Pentacles talks about putting in that hard work and watching those things come to fruition. Eight of Pentacles talks about being a master of your craft. So this comes out a lot when people are A1 at what they do. Because they put the work in, right? Because it takes time. Nine of Pentacles is my spiritual capitalism card. This means you're in alignment with your purpose, and thus you're seeing those fruits in real time. You're seeing the money come in. You're seeing the client base grow. You're seeing the relationship move to another level. Ten of Pentacles is our home card. It usually talks about family. It's interesting here. We got an interracial couple. See? Very cool deck. It's very inclusive. And then we have our pips. Oh, excuse me, our court cards. I love tarot. Tarot, each card has so much information. And this is our last card. But I'm going to sit here and talk about the information. So I can go over just real quick. So each card has its own meaning, right? So, for example, King of Pentacles. This talks about somebody that is hardworking. Someone that make sure that the ground or the what they're creating is sturdy, so anyone that they bring into the fold is going to reap a benefit from that. So as a king, it's a court card. So this a lot of times can denote somebody literal, a person in your life. So if this comes up, this could be you, or it could be someone coming into your life that's going to help you in a real way. Why a real way? Because Pentacles, also information we can get from the card. Pentacles is earth energy. So it's physical energy. It's energy. It's things that we experience in the physical realm. Okay? And so with that as well, we can say that if this person's coming in, they're going to be able to help you in a real way. Right? Also, if this person comes in or if this card comes up, the other thing that I talked about during this unboxing is the time period. If this person comes up in your reading, they might be someone that will be around for a long time because they're not a fly-by-night type of person. This is someone that is putting the work in, that's grounded, that's there. And you could also take a look at the actual depiction of the card. So a lot of readers will read the literal picture of the card. So from this picture of the card, you can take a lot of information from that. They're sitting there comfortable. They're sitting there sure. They're, what's their face look like? What are they doing? They're on a throne, so they're in charge. They are at peace. They're not looking for validation. There's earth that their feet are touching, so they're grounded. All of those things go into reading, right? So just wanted to share that each card can give so much information. So as you grow your knowledge base with the tarot, you can understand it literally. So like me, a Virgo, very pentacle energy, earth energy. I like to analyze things. I like to break things down. I like to understand how things connect and why they connect and why they are how they are. And I like all that stuff. I like reading. I like information. I like analyzing. I analyze, right? That's Virgo energy. So with tarot, it's something that I've broken down, right? And so I've analyzed it. I've read about it. But at the same time, I allow my intuition to come in and give me messages that are of spirit that I'm just getting. And so it's a very fluid, in the moment type of thing with tarot. And so yeah, you can use tarot as something literal, like read the book and say, this means this. That's fine too, because what's happening is your intuition is pulling the card for you. So if you still need to reference the book, reference the book, reference the internet. That's what I used to do all the time. But as you grow and you become more confident in your skill and in your gift, you don't necessarily need to do that because you understand the card beyond its literal meaning and into its more spiritual meaning for the client or person that you are reading, if it's yourself or someone else. So the Everything's Fine card is a little bonus card because each tarot only has 78, 22 major arcana and 56 minor arcana, and this is a little bonus. Everything's fine. You're a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find your path to your best self. So cute. So that is the unboxing of the Modern Witch Tarot. I'm going to bless my cards so then I can start using them for you guys. I like to use my Florida water, and what I'll literally do is just put this on my hand. Put it in my hands like that. Rub it together. And then I'm going to go back through this whole deck and I just separate it. I separate it to mix them all up, and I just make little piles, and that's how I mix them all up. And then of course I'll shuffle them, and now they're ready for me to use on you guys. And like I said, I'm going to go and finish off my to-do list today because it is Capricorn season and I am in that earth world, right? I'm checking things off, okay? So thank you guys so much that tuned in, and hopefully the Modern Witch Tarot will check this out and see me as I am the magician of their deck. Bye, you guys.